afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching WY TV. It's another edition of News Review brought to you by WY TV. I am Odunwayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning is...
I'm Ambassador Rochimorilo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our viewers all over the world. Please keep on watching WY TV.
And join us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X accounts, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well join the WhatsApp community on 0701010859. We want to appreciate our sponsor Nokpa About, because Nokpa About keeps this program showing on WYT. We say a very big thank you to you. And to all our viewers out there who are always staying tuned to WYTV, we appreciate you a lot. You know how we do it on this show. We bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk on the one we should talk about. So on Punch newspaper this morning, we have 2027. APC kicks as PDP backs call for Jonathan's return. Terrorism financing. NLC mobilizes for nationwide strike over Ajero's invitation. NNPC reports 9.3 trillion naira petrol imports as kills linger. NAF kills 5 terrorist commanders in Borno. On Vanguard newspaper we have, we won't be silenced over mass suffering in Nigeria, NLC. Trump to hold first outdoor rally since assassination attempts. Nigeria's presidential jet seizures will be lifted next court hearing, says SDP's Adebayo. On Daily Post newspaper we have, history should return to schools. SGF reacts as IPAC documents Nigeria's journey from 1999. NUEE threatens to shut down power sector if NLC President Ajero is arrested. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Aba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Come back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa Abals. Remember to adorn your health with Abal, because health is what? Health is wealth. We want to appreciate all our sponsors out there today. So today's on, we'll be talking about the 2027 election, whereby NLC said they are, 2027. The PDP make a calls back to the APC about Jonathan's coming in on their presidential candidates.
Well, when I saw the news, in fact, to me, it's a welcome idea. If PDP is bringing Jonathan back to contest for the 2027, let me tell you this. Jonathan is a man of the people. Your work will surely speak for you.
Sure.
Why didn't PDP go and call Buhari and say they want to bring him back? They want him to contest for the election. So it is what you do. This is what we call law of karma. What goes round surely comes round.
Yeah.
So whatever you do today, we surely speaks for you tomorrow. I believe it was Jonathan's work that is speaking for Jonathan that makes PDP to decide of bringing Jonathan back into the system.
And do you think if successfully Jonathan is re-elected as the president of Nigeria, do you think he's going to do better than...
I believe Jonathan is going to do better, because when he was there, he did a lot of job in the face of the country.
The opposition People's Democratic Party has thrown its weight behind the call for former President Goodluck Jonathan to join the presidential race for 2027. In the past few weeks, there has been a growing rumor that northern elites and politicians are not happy with President Bola Tinubu's administration and subtly yearning for a change of government in the next election. 4 days ago, the Bauchi State Governor, Senator Bala Mohammed, also lent his voice to the agitation, vowing to jettison his presidential ambition if Jonathan agrees to contest. Mohammed gave his blessings at an event organized by a non-government organization, Save Africa Initiative, Abuja. For these people in the north to come out and start complaining, definitely we know Nigeria is...
Exactly the point. You know, Jonathan is not from the northern part of the country. For them to have come out, I believe they might have smelled and experienced shege.
But I don't think they should complain, because while this man was campaigning, they enjoyed the most.
Yes, you know, let me tell you this. One thing about our people is that when you see people suffering,
okay,
when you try to give them a little comfort, they forgot about what they have went through in the past. So they believe you coming out to comfort them at that point in time, they believe you are the right man for them. Not until when you come on board, then they will know the kind of person you are. Now, I believe they have seen the side of the so-called president with the decision the president is taking. And I don't know why a president will be so adamant to the extent in which he will not want to listen to the yearning of the people. When he came on board, when he was campaigning, he said, I am going to be your president to listen to whatever your pain. He said he hasn't gone through the pain that Nigerians are going through. That is going there, his mission was renewed hope. Agenda. Automatically, if the hope we have in APC of bringing Muhammadu Buhari has nowhere to be found today, then he is the one to bring a renewed hope to the whole Nigerians, not knowing that it's going to be a renewed punishment, a renewed poverty, a renewed suffering in the face of the country. According
to him, the former president has the requisite experience to revamp the economy and would do a good job if given a second mandate to manage the country. Reacting in an exclusive interview with The Punch, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Ibrahim Abdullahi, said the positions of the Bauchi governor and northern elites resonated with the opposition party. He said, we are absolutely in support of the position of the Bauchi state governor. Don't forget, he was a prominent member of the Jonathan's administration, where he was a minister, as the chairman of the 13 governors of the PDP, a two-term minister, former senator, and a two-term governor rounding off his second term. You will expect him to understand and appreciate the situation of where this country is coming from, where it is at the moment, and where we hope to take it to in the future. But do you think Jonathan will be able to do this thing, if at all he's been re-elected, due to the situation of the country presently now?
Let me tell you this. Jonathan, I believe
because if we look at the situation of Nigeria,
he might have realized his mistakes. And Jonathan, when you look at Jonathan, Jonathan is a man of the people. He's the first president that I have ever seen that people rallied, campaign against, or let me say protest against, that he kept quiet, then yearning to their voice. Then you remember this same set of people that were in government. I was so surprised when I saw Jonathan being invited by Tinubu, and Jonathan went.
He went because he does not have anything to hold against
anybody.
The same man you campaigned, you protested against.
That protested against you. I didn't believe Jonathan was the one that protested against Tinubu. I don't believe Tinubu will ever step that meeting.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. With the look of things, with the way this set of people are going, by what they are doing, so that they caught governing the whole country. They will never step in there. But Jonathan, when you look at him, is a man with a very large heart that is ready to accommodate everybody.
If you are talking about the Southern presidency in 2027, we should be looking at one who had enjoyed one term and will probably give Nigerians hope and prosperity, as opposed to the one we have in power. Secondly, if you are also talking about a nationalist, somebody who would not rig an election to keep himself in office, who announced before the counting process was over that he lost, it has to be Jonathan.
Yes, who congratulated the new elected president.
You remember that he calls the victor, congratulated him and asked him to send people for the
Jonathan says let's go to court?
No.
Did they buy the conscience of the judges?
No.
The way this set of people are buying the conscience of the judges. This same set of people that cannot pay 250,000 naira minimum wage, that they had to drag the issue for some months, were not suggested. They suggested not that it was the judiciary system that proposed that they need a pay rise in their salary. It was the president that suggested from the bottom of his heart, okay, let's add 300% pay rise to the judges.
Because they are useful for them.
Because they are useful for them.
So it is this kind of person with a listening ear that we believe can save the situation. No president in Nigerian history has been criticized as Ebele Jonathan. We tolerated all sorts of insults targeted at us and his presidency, but today is the one everybody is looking for with torchlight, even in broad daylight.
When he was there, do you know different kind of cartoon that was raised against him? He did not mention the word.
No.
Many things went on social media abusing him. He has never come out to say anything. Now look at when the president staggered when he fell during the June 12 anniversary.
Dobale for democracy.
The following day, it came out that a dobale for what he did yesterday was to dobale for democracy. That is a typical Yoruba man a typical Yoruba boy. That is word culture, that is word manner, that what he did yesterday that he saw on social media. He saw that on social media, that went viral on the social media, but he never saw it on the social media that the whole country is desirous that Nigerians are hungry.
I think if Jonathan is given the opportunity, his wife came out, I think it was last month, and said, the most stressful thing to do in Nigeria presently is to be the president of Nigeria. But we miss that woman with her
vocabulary.
It's not even vocabulary. She's just a joy giver on her own.
Exactly the point.
That is who she is.
Yes.
Because during her tenure, I wanted something like they should just create one office for laughter office, and the president's wife then should be the head, because number one, comic relief.
Everybody feels the impact of that woman in the face of the country, yes.
If they give her the mandate to go back to her work, she did not think she can actually go back there because it is stressful to be a leader in this kind of country. And I think before Jonathan can say he wants to sit down again as the president of the country, his wife must be in support. Well, and if the wife is not supporting, I don't think...
I pray that the man will accept the offer of PDP. But with the look of things, it was like the APC was trying to canvass. And when you look at the news, APC came out to kick against Jonathan. A clear conscience fears no opposition. If your conscience is clear, if your ways are good, you need to fear anybody that is coming to contest with you. Now look at what happened in America.
Okay.
When Joe Biden was being man-pressured that he should step down for the presidential ambition. I didn't believe Joe Biden refused to step down. If the man has think about the selfish interest, the way our Nigerian leaders are always thinking about their own, not thinking about the future of the country. If the man has think about his own selfish ambition, he wouldn't have stepped down. He had to step down. Not only step down, he had to call his deputy, the vice president, to come and run the race.
Not even minding agenda.
Not even minding agenda. And when you look at Trump now, there was a problem ahead Trump, because Trump was running Etasketa because he knew the woman that is coming out is going to be a problem to him.
Even Obama already certifies the lady Kamala Harris. So now what else? So according to him, Atiku cannot dictate for the party who to field in 2027, despite being a major stakeholder of the PDP. It is not the place of Atiku to decide for the PDP. We are running a national political party. For crying out loud, one that has governed this country for 16 years, we cannot be expected to have one person determining the direction of the party. If anything, we respect him. He has given it, the presidency, a trial and has been on this for too long. That is Atiku. But there are times when you realize a battle is no longer around you and you support someone. This is how things are done. In 2019, we tried. In 2023, we tried again with Atiku. There is nothing wrong in trying someone else in 2027, especially if the odds seems to favor that person more.
If Atiku knows what is good for him,
he should support.
He should support Jonathan. If Jonathan is willing to run for the presidency, there's nothing bad in it. Buhari has been the president during the military era.
And he came back
during the civilian era. Then Obasanjo has been the president during the military era. He came back as the democracy president. So there's nothing bad in Jonathan coming in. And if Atiku knows what is good for the party and he wants the party to emerge, to take the suffering of this Nigeria away from them and wipe the tears of Nigeria, let him give 100% of support to Jonathan.
Whoever is coming out in their party. So this will say is we won't be silenced over mass suffering in Nigeria, NLC.
Yes, yes, NLC. I love that statement. If NLC is coming out, because I believe the statement that makes that puts the
excuse me,
NLC president into problem was that the president
should have dialogue with
dialogue, and I don't see anything bad in it. When Jonathan was there, when this set of people that are in power today, based on their selfish ambition, when they protested against him, a lot of them called out Jonathan to dialogue with the country, and which Jonathan did. He never mentioned a harsh word that can put the country in disarray.
What is the criteria of being a good leader?
The criteria of being a good leader, number one, the number one priority of being a good leader was the life and the safety of life and property. Putting your citizen first, not you yourself.
That is what I would say. Number one is a good leader must have a listening
ear. So when you put your citizen first, believing that this set of people were those people that willingly voted you in power. I could remember a woman when during this, the first term of Muhammadu Buhari, the woman came all the way from United States of America together with her family to visit Nigeria. And the woman was kidnapped with her husband, with one of her daughters. The woman was in the den of the kidnapper. Fulani herdsmen, for that matter.
That's massive.
Fulani herdsmen. When they got to there, the third day, the fourth day, they had to tell that man, the husband to that woman, that they are gay, they will want to rape that man. Either they rape the man or they rape the daughter. The woman now volunteered herself to be raped. What I want to bring out is this. When the woman traveled back, when she gained her freedom together with her family, she traveled out of the country, said that she has nothing to do with Nigeria again. That she had vowed together with her husband that when they die, they should be buried in the United States of America. Then she now uttered a word that Muhammadu Buhari, this is the country where people willingly voted you in power. If you could remember, during the period of Muhammadu Buhari, there was money that was being thrown around.
Yeah.
People willingly, from the bottom of their heart, voted Buhari. So if people willingly voted Tinubu into power for the renewed hope agenda according to what he said, I believe this is a country that was committed into his heart, that he should be able to listen to the yearning of the people.
Following the invitation of the President of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, by the police on allegations of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime, the Labour movement yesterday said it will not be silenced by state-sponsored harassment, intimidations, attacks, and persecution when they are not the disciples. The NLC said it they committed to its opposition to mass suffering and hunger occasioned by the anti-people's policies of federal government, saying some interest groups are doing everything possible to silence the current leadership of Congress. It's also called on its affiliates to shut down the economy should Ajaero be arrested by the police. This is as human rights activist and lawyer to the NLC. You see that this person, they did not just choose just anybody as their chief. Femi Falana explained why Ajaero should not honor police invitation for him to appear at the force headquarters yesterday, saying the Labour leader can only appear on August 29.
Exactly the point.
So
I love the courage of the man, and I love the way the man is. You see, the man said something. He said Nigeria is not designed to be poor. Nigeria is designed by the bad lead. Nigeria is being poor by the bad leaders that we have.
This came as global workers groups and civil society organizations in the country, including Amnesty International, Nigeria Action Aid, among others, yesterday expressed anger against Ajaero's invitation by the police. One of the leaders of NLC told Vanguard last night there are grand designs by some interest groups to silence NLC under the current leadership, but they fail to understand that we cannot be silenced. We are fighting a just cause. We have the right to express our views in a democracy. The workers elected us to fight and make demands for them. They are hungry, they are suffering, and they are dying, are in pain. These are what we are telling the government, which they do not want to hear. These are the reasons they are after us, trying to cow us by all means. The operator of bookshops, Ivar Valley, has been on the second floor of Labour House for years. We did not bring him there. If he has issues with the police, what concerns us? We believe the state is using this as a cover-up. They aim to emasculate Labour because of their vested interest. I think these people are trying to make themselves one now. They are not trying to divide themselves because
no. There was
United we stand,
divided we fall. And when if this statement is coming, I believe Ajero and the Labour Congress, they are fighting for the whole Nigerian. For him to
for this one,
yes,
I think I'm going
let
to
me tell you this. There are some things you can't just take off your eyes. When there was a conference meeting in Abuja where the Obas, the traditional rulers, was invited, when it's the turn of Oni of Ife to speak, Oni of Ife told them categorically that let's speak the truth to ourselves, that if we continue this meeting from morning till night, then enough of this talking, and the talking without action cannot solve the problem of this country. This set of people are hungry and they are hungry. How many of you that have been voted in to become a senator will come back to his constituency and you work freely within a month? You can live there. You left those people for the traditional rulers that he's tired of being talking. He's tired of talking to the youth every blessed day. And this set of people have proved Adamite to the extent. Let me tell you this. I believe this is a prophecy by Showore, the activist. And the prophecy, it was like the prophecies is coming to pass now.
Okay, what's it?
That Tinubu is so adamant to the extent in which things will be so tough, to the extent in which Nigeria is going to be divided under Tinubu administration. That is exactly what is going on now.
All right, the last but not the least, Nigeria's presidential jet seizure will be lifted next court hearing, says SDP's Adebayo.
SDP Adebayo, is he the one in charge of the court? Let me ask, is it the one in charge of the case?
You actually have relations with the judge.
Have they settled the dispute between the Ogun State government and the Chinese firm people that seized the presidential jet? No. Let me tell you this. Anybody will just come out creating an awareness for the president, at least to let them know, Oga, I mean, not one bill, which means I'm here also. You can.
How do you want people to know they are relevant?
You remember when for the judge, that old man, when he said if Tinubu won the election,
he's going to leave the country.
He's going to leave the country, that we travel out from the country, that we no longer live in Nigeria. After when Tinubu won the election, but the judge did not travel though. But they just came out again and say, if Tinubu called me, I am ready to work with him. In fact, I don't know why all these cargoes will just come out. Their children, I believe they should be checkmated at times with their children. When they are getting old, it was like there was a disease or sickness that is affecting them, which we call dementia, that don't allow them to know what they are saying and what they have said in the past that can still antagonize them in the future.
The legal dispute between Ogun State, the federal government of Nigeria, and the Chinese company Zhoushan Fusheng Industrial Investment Co. Limited over the seizure of presidential jet in Paris, France, continues to unfold. The conflict stems from an alleged breach of contract between the company and Ogun State. Zhoushan Fusheng is seeking to enforce a judgment awarded in its favor on March 26, 2021 against Ogun State. However, Prince Adewale Adebayo, a former presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP in 2023 general election and an international lawyer, in this interview with Leko Bilesomi of Vanguard, weighed in on the matter. Adebayo described the judgment leading to the seizure of the presidential aircraft as a temporary setback. The issue began when the government and the state government, who were supposed to be partners, became opponents and started litigating. Typically, a country seeks international investment, but sometimes this business agreement outlasts the tenure of the incumbent governor. The successor might not understand the importance of contract and may decide to terminate it, saying they no longer want the company's services. However, when you engage investors and sign contracts internationally and not just signing commercial agreements, you might also be entering into treaties. In cases of dispute between the government and the investor has the option to sue in a regular court, go into arbitration, or engage in state treaty arbitration. For example, if Nigeria company is doing business in China, there might be an international agreement that allows for arbitration through the treaty mechanism, as both Nigeria and China are signatories. So it is crucial to understand that the original dispute is not a federal government obligation, but an obligation of Ogun State. I think that one is kind of faulty there because they had contracts with Ogun State,
yes.
and the Chinese company, not with the federal government. But this one led to the seizure of 3 presidential
yes,
jets.
because there was no opportunity for them to fight the state. I didn't mean the state traveled.
When they were coming in for the business, did they involve the federal government?
If the state has a private jet and they travel to France, I believe they would have seized that one. The only place for them to come out was to seize the presidential jet of the so-called Nigerian, and they believe that the presidency is going to intervene into the matter.
That's like my own is just like they are trying to. Should I say they are trying
that
to
is
use
for you to
their
know
own
that when the head is rotting,
there's nothing.
what happened to the rest of the body?
Everything is
America,
rotting as well.
The head is taken.
We've come to the end of News Review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, YouTube, X account, TikTok, Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well join the WhatsApp community on 0701010859. Thank you, Nokpa Abels, for always staying through. And to all our viewers out there, we really appreciate you. Thank you, Ambassador Iliwa Rotimi, for joining. So we'll come again on your screen tomorrow. I remain my humble self, Oduayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.